Hey you, it's Bia the Prophet here, and I am ready to guide you through a Law of Attraction reading. Welcome and welcome back. I appreciate each and every light being joining the meeting. Follow me now in this infinite moment for a message for the collected and individuals. Set an intention for this meeting. You already know what you want the reading to clarify. You attracted this reading and I'm cooperating with you. It's mutually beneficial. As I am pulling the cards, use your intuition as well. Let us know any additional connections you made in the comments below the video, and the collected will benefit from the collective intuition. This is a body, mind, and spirit message addressing the basic human needs for self-actualization aligned with the 9 chakras. Let's start with why Spirit has called this meeting today. Ooh, that card fell on the floor. This card doesn't want to go back in. Just stop shuffling and put these cards in the way they came out. Hopefully. And the card on the floor. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Oh, I don't read reversals, but if you do, then keep in mind. We have the energy of the moon. It happens to be a full moon when I am doing this reading, but Spirit is responsible for when the readings come out. I get messages of when I should upload which video. Anyway, the moon is in the spirit position, which is aligned to the crown, with the crown chakra and what you are meant to understand. So this is the energy Spirit would like to bring into focus. And I do know that I was talking about not long ago about the difference between the Queen of Cups and the moon, and how the Queen of Cups is situational intuition, being highly in tuned, and the moon is about the longevity of it. And if the queen is for a reason, where the moon would be for a season, if that analogy makes sense to you. So the moon, like I said, is about listening to your intuition and paying attention to signs from the divine. There's more to that, and I will probably get to it later. The King of Fire is in the position of mind, which aligns with the Earth Star chakra. And this is what you're meant to acknowledge, or the current focus of your mind. The King of Fire is about taking a leadership role or stepping into the spotlight. So perhaps there is an opportunity, since I'm looking at the One of Fire, for you to do some sort of public speaking. So it's advising you to keep your eye on the big picture in that situation. And then we have the One of Fire, like I said, in the position of body, which aligns with the Gaia chakra. So this is what you're meant to trust. You're meant to trust in the opportunity. You're meant to trust in your light, in your renewal. The guidance is Now is the time to be bold and courageous. And then we have the 10 of air in the position of security, which aligns with the root chakra. And this is how you feel about your sense of security, also clarifying the 1 of fire. So we have the 10 of air, which is about an end to a situation that brought sadness or grief. It's an opportunity for new happiness. It's the end of a cycle. It's the completion. Now you're going from doing, which is minor arcana, to being. After the 10, we have, the court cards. So they are, they be their attributes. They are their attributes. Are is a conjugation of be. And then in the position of the health, which is aligned to the sacral chakra, we have the 3 of air. And I mentioned that this card for me as a reader is about forgiving, generally forgiving oneself. Forgiving oneself. I'm drawn to, it's either raining or there's stars, things falling from the sky. So I don't know what that means. I know last night was out and about, and suddenly things just started falling from the sky, and so we were like, what the? And then, by the time we were, there's a moment of discombobulation when something like that happens and you're trying to figure out what it is that's falling from the sky. It was like leaves and stuff from the trees. Suddenly the wind had picked up and it was getting ready to storm. So people started going. But in the moments where we didn't know what it could possibly be, because it wasn't water, right? That wouldn't have taken us by shock. It was like leaves falling so hard they were making noise, like pop, 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 when they were falling on things like hail. But it was just leaves. But it was falling in the food, and it was hitting people in the eye, different things like that. So people started moving pretty quickly. And probably everybody, and it was like a festival outside, probably everybody got to their vehicles before the rain started, because there was like a period of that happening, and it kind of slowed down, but people kept moving because it was startling, and the event was over anyway. So people, willingly went to their cars, or however, wherever they went somewhere. They didn't stay there. But things falling from the sky is reminding me of that. So perhaps a storm has something to do with this situation that we are talking about currently. But the 10 of air and the 3 of air are clarifiers for this one of fire. So the completion of something, the forgiveness of something. And then we have the 9 of air in the position of esteem. Now the esteem position aligns with the solar plexus chakra, and it's what you do. It's your best quality and skill for the actualization. And the 9 of air, many of the air cards actually are generally thought of as negative cards, and that's because thoughts can get in the way of you manifesting the things that you want or the things that you love, because negative thoughts slow down momentum. So that's why these air cards or sword cards are generally depicted as negative, but they are not negative. It depends on your choice, how you choose to look at the situation. So generally this card represents sleepless nights, and this person is up late at night. I'm noticing the full moon. He's up late at night, but he obviously wants to be up late at night. He's not trying to get to bed. He's got all these candles lit everywhere. And it's so funny because right before I started doing this reading, the candle started making noise, and I just happened to, I was tuned into it, and I was like, oh, the candle's making noise. And I looked over, and it was only liquid left in the candle. A candle only has so many uses before it runs out. And I took the candle out and put in a new candle because I thought, oh, the candle will probably go out during the reading, and I'd like to have the candle burning. But then I was guided to leave the candle here. So I have candles, usually I have one candle, but now I have more than one candle going on. So I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this other candle. It hasn't gone out. So anyway, he's not trying to get to sleep. It's almost like he's trying to ward off the darkness with light. Like he's trying to keep the dark thoughts at bay, away from him. A lot of times people who can't sleep, they complain that they can't turn off their brain, or their brain starts reviewing everything awful that ever happened to them, or what they should have said in a conversation. So a lot of people experience negative thoughts at the end of the day because you've been absorbing energy as you've moved throughout your day. And if you aren't practiced at holding your own vibration, other people's energy, and you are receptive. Some people say, I'm an empath. Well, empath means you take on other people's emotions. You can practice yourself out of that because you don't want to take on, well, I shouldn't say you don't. I don't want to take on other people's emotions. I want to be happy, and not everybody is happy. In fact, many people are not happy. And so I want to hold happiness. I prefer for them to take my energy, for me to give them that happy energy, and them going forth being a little happier than I would to be sad like them. I want to be happy. So perhaps, that is the message. The quality and skill that that is best for the manifestation is to ward off negative thoughts. Then we have right away the 8. Look at all of this air. The 8 of air, which again is usually depicted as a negative card, but as you can see in this card, she is taking off her bonds, and the gate is open. So obviously she was loosely bound, and the gate is open, and she has a sword there to go out and fight for what she wants. Not literally, but get is what I mean by fight. And let's see what came out here. Oh, look at that. The High Priestess. So you are, I don't know if you've watched the readings that I've done in the last few readings, and you are making this a part of your practice. Interesting. I saw this card and it didn't come out, but the next go around, there it is. Anyway, but we have the Moon and the High Priestess. You can see it's the same archangel in those cards, except they're not actually the same. They are the same archangel, but the archangel has more than one specialty. So let's see what the specialty is. So we have the Moon. Archangel Haniel is associated with the subconscious, your intuition, and divine gifts. She can help you see the truth of any situation. So helping you see the truth of any situation. And the High Priestess is Archangel Haniel as well, is known for her ability to help you access your divine gifts. Her open book indicates that knowledge once kept secret is now available. So, excuse me, it's pretty much the same specialty, truth coming into light. One is more an intuitive knowing, and one is going to come from outside of you, attracted by you, but not in, it won't be inside. Within, it will be without. We talked about within and without in the last reading. So meditate and turn inward to discover your true soul's desire. And you can ask for help. You can ask for previews. You can ask for to know what's coming, and your guides will give you whatever you ask them for. You just have to be open and receptive. Like, they're not gonna, I mean, they will keep telling you, but if you're not gonna notice, then what difference does it make to ask? So the words of wisdom from this deck that would help clarify the reading is: you are never alone, and thoughts create your reality, which is, you know, what I'm always saying. You are never alone. You are always with your guides and your inner being, although a part of you can still communicate with you as if you're separate. So you're both separate. So you're a part of your inner being and apart from your inner being at the same time. So those two things seem like opposite, but they're actually existing in the same moment. And they can do that because there are more planes than just the earthly plane. Your inner being is a part of you, and you are a part of your inner being, but you can be separated. You can separate yourself from your inner being with negative emotions. Oh, I don't need a card. It's already here. You can, you're never really separate, but it feels separate because you imagine if your inner being loves you, you wouldn't be feeling that way, feeling this way, this negative emotion that you're feeling. But it's because your inner being loves you. It's because your spirit loves you, because your source loves you, that you feel negative when you are not able to see the situation from the highest good from your highest good. It feels awful when you can't see it like your source can see it. And that's your indication that you need to stop and regroup yourself and notice the beauty in the situation. Get in line, aligned with your source, so that you can not only notice the beauty and how it is working for you, whatever the situation is, but be a part of it, revel in it, and create more of it. In the position of the answer, we have the Knight of Earth. So this card came out before. I didn't say that the actualization position is aligned with the throat chakra, and how you would be expressing yourself in the actualization is your soul's true desire. I said that, but I didn't say this is how you would be expressing yourself. You would be expressing yourself as your soul's true desire. So who is your soul? You are. At your core, you and your inner being, or your spirit, or whatever term you use, at the core, who you really are. Interesting. But then we had the Knight of earth in the answer position, which aligns with the intuitive chakra, the brow chakra. And this is what you are meant to see, or what you're meant to learn, to be loyal and dedicated and protective. To be loyal and dedicated and protective. I almost feel like that card has come out of the blue. Like that doesn't have much to do with what we have been talking about thus far. I'm going to see what influences are at work outside of you with this deck. This is a new addition to the readings, and sometimes I forget to do it, but if I forget, then that's how it's meant to be. I forgive myself. You're meant to learn, okay, to pay attention to the details as the moon falls over onto the king. As the moon falls on the king. The way I heard it, it was so echoey, like a narrator was saying it in an ominous foreshadowing type of way. As the moon falls on the king. Oh, I also wanted to tell you that the 10 of air and the 3 of air have the same archangel, Azrael, helping you. Well, I introduced this deck as a part of the team, and now it's not talking. Okay. Oh, 2 cards. All right. Let's see what this deck wants to say. So we have Gaia Gateway Activation, which it says on the card, learning experiences, wisdom transmission, and earth intelligence. And then we have the Holy Grail, inner discovery, finding sacredness. You are what you seek. You are what you seek. That's something that I noticed as I began practicing working deliberately with the law of attraction. Everything I wanted, it was always available to me in the moment that I knew that I wanted it, right? And so if I could find it even just a little bit, then I could multiply it. That's what I realized. If I could find it in my life already, then I could multiply it. And sometimes you want it to come from a specific place, and it might not be coming from that specific place or person or what have you, but it is available. And if you look for it and you find it, then you can use that feeling of noticing it and how it makes you feel to grow it, to actually grow it. And so everything I wanted to be, I wanted to be like large words. I wanted to be kind. Like that was a goal. That was a desire that I had. And I used to tell people, and I was in Italy, and I was walking down the street, and I was talking to this lady, and I was telling her about how, I want to be kind. I want to be the embodiment of kind. Like, how they say, if you look kind up in the dictionary, you'll find a picture of this person. That's what I wanted to be, the epitome of the concept of kind. And in that moment, I was walking through the streets of Italy barefoot because there was this other lady her shoes were hurting her feet. And she had on the totally wrong shoes, but I forgave her, and I didn't think, oh, well, that's her problem. I was like, you want to wear my shoes? I don't mind walking around barefoot. So she was like, so the lady I was talking to was like, the way you gave that lady your shoes and you're walking with no shoes. And I was like, oh my God, I'm kind. I am kind. So you are what you seek, what you want to be, you already are. If you can find it in yourself, you can grow it. And just by wanting it, when you become aware that you want something, it's done. That's why the phrase is ask and it is given, or it's already done. How does it go? The prayer, you know what I'm talking about. It's already done when you ask, and then you grow it from there with your good feeling emotions and thoughts. So you already are what you speak is the influence at work. So look for what you want in your life already. And the Gaia activation is about wisdom coming to you from the earth. So we're closer to the earth. It's easier to hear the wisdom of source from the earth because we are, thank goodness for gravity, we are more connected to the earth, and the ethereals are just up and everywhere, right? So this activation of your Gaia chakra, in which there is an amazing opportunity. Why did that card move like that? And then I'd like to get at the heart of the matter a card from this deck. Let's see what the heart of the matter is. I'm struck by how the Holy Grail is fire in a cup. Fire in a cup. I was looking around the table for fire in a cup, but I'm not finding fire in a cup. And then the 9 of Cups comes out. Fire in a cup. The 9 of Cups comes out. The 9 of Cups at the heart of the matter. 9 of Cups has an affirmation: I care for my mind and body. That is the love I need. Your mind and your body is the love you need. You care for your mind and body. That is the love you need. I feel like this makes a lot of sense to someone. Right now for me, I'm like, huh? But that's okay. It's mutually beneficial. It might be revealed for me later, like I say, when that's all for now. Take this message however it resonates for you, however it resonates for you. If it doesn't resonate for you, it might not be for you, but look forward to the components of this message showing up in the coming hours, days, and weeks in different ways. So it's coming forward is the message that my guides told me what to say in the greeting, in the opening, in the closing. All of everything that happens here is by design, and it's not my ego's design. I just get these messages of what to do, and then when I run into these readings, which I sometimes do because I watch YouTube as well, I notice like, wow, that it's, that's exactly what's going on. I run into my own readings in time, in the perfect timing as well. And I like that because not all readers are able to present in a positive way, and I don't like to have negative readings. Not that, I'm trying to avoid reality. It's that there there's more than one reality available, and I would prefer to notice the positive realities and grow those than grow the negative realities, and then my reality will be positive, and other people can have whatever reality they want, but I prefer a positive reality, one that I love. Anyway, that's just how the law of attraction works. So until next time, remember, you and you alone create your reality. Enjoy.